Oh my god, OBS is not being cooperative with me today. Alright, bear with me. I'm having a couple of issues right now. Alright, while I'm getting set up, including rearranging the window, I know it's off-center, just bear with it. I want to show you guys a really cool Easter egg that Kirko put into this. Which I don't think I've seen anyone else discover. Like, it's a very simple thing, but just... This music track right here is actually very long, and it cycles through many classic Game Boy tunes. So please enjoy this while I finish getting set up. Okay, I think that's good. Hey, welcome to Banjo Kazooie Nostalgia 64, made by Kirko Mods. I think his name is either Mark Kirko or even Marco Kirko, however you want to say it. I'm really curious just how many pieces of music this track cycles through. I don't know what this is. I wonder if Kirko is gonna, like, release the soundtrack, quote-unquote. Like, there was some effort put into arranging all this music into Banjo Kazooie instruments. Oops. Hey, it didn't crash! That was the problem we experienced last week, was that for some reason shutting off the display for Dolphin caused it to crash. However, I have discovered that I have arguably an even bigger problem with RetroArch, which I am showing this footage from. If I jostle my microphone cable, and it disconnects, like, for a microsecond, then the program will think that the audio device has been disconnected, and it'll just crash. It will just crash. That might happen, but hey, at least, you know, Banjo Kazooie saves my progress. Look at all that N64 back there. I'm trying to... Oh, there we go. Kirko. Oh, there's a game guide. Oh, that's cool. I'm not going to check it out because I don't like fucking around with QR codes, but cool that it's there. There's at least 64 games in there. If you bought this ROM hack, then you have been ripped off. Hang on a minute. Am I, like, how am I controlling the, like, thing here? I think I was controlling Banjo-Kazooie through that menu. It's a well-known trick among bootleggers to just pretend like the game is something else. Also, some of the textures will not work properly. I am accepting this because, like, N64 game performance suffers if I don't use this exact configuration. And I want this to run smoothly. I would rather have that over, like, accurate textures and shit. Anyway, say hello to, N60 Wiggy. He probably already said his name and I just missed it. So we're inside of a corrupted N64 or something. Where do we start, Mr. Ford? Oh right, isn't it like Nintendo 60 Ford or something like that? Ah, I should have checked his name. Behold, Banjo Kazooie Nostalgia 64. Like, right away, look at this model. Look at this model for the N64 controller. That is so cool looking. It'd be really funny if you could put in cheat codes on this thing. I think there is a quote-unquote cheat system in this game, kind of like in Banjo-Kazooie, where, you know, you'd find an NPC that tells you about a cheat, and I saw some. I could have sworn I saw, like, a Mumbo token or something over there. Anyway, yes, Big Head mode, where that is actually in Banjo-Kazooie. I don't know if we'll be able to do that, because I don't know if there's an equivalent to the Sandcastle where you can, like, type out cheat codes. But I think there is an NPC that will let you unlock power-ups or something, and it's treated as if it's cheats. I'm sorry, Samus. I prefer that to Other M. Oh, boy. Welcome, esteemed player. Get your custom version with your own dialogue, becoming a Golden Jiggy member. Okay, I think the grammar on that was a little bad, but I don't think Kirko is a native English speaker, so I'll let it slide. Anyway, yeah, that's like a Kickstarter, or you know how like Kickstarter backers get like a little shout out in the games that they back. Patreon peoples do that sometimes too. So that's basically what that is. This is known as 64 Square. Here you can find Super Mario 64 and Yoshi's Story. Jump in front of the cartridges with ZA to enter. It is expected that you start with Yoshi's Story. Front-facing N64 logo jump scare. Also, I want to know what this render is from. This big ol' grabby hands Mario. I know it's official. It's a piece of promotional artwork, but it's probably in some Nintendo Power magazine somewhere. No, I want to like dance to the music. Oh, you bring me all the way back here. Okay. Note to self, don't muck around and exit levels unnecessarily. Yeah, the music is a big thing I'm looking forward to with this ROM hack. When I was watching Vinny play this... that's the weird little root thingy. Okay, right. Because this is built on Banjo Kazooie, all the items are gonna talk to me as soon as I pick one up for the first time. So we'll just have to be ready for that. Right. So music. Right. When I heard Vinny play this, or watch Vinny play this, and I heard this version of the Yoshi Story music, I actually really liked listening to it. I found myself like humming it at work the next day. What the? They're trying real hard to recreate the 2.5D aesthetic here. And, honestly, this made me want to just replay Yoshi's Story. I've actually live-streamed it before, like, on an actual N64. On my, former Twitch channel. There we go, got the Ikambokum. But Yoshi's Story just sits very awkwardly on, like, two extremes. On one extreme, it's pathetically easy if you're just playing it casually. You can go through the levels in no time flat if you just eat everything you see. And the opposite end is borderline impossible if you're trying to go for 30 melons in each level. Because not only are they very well hidden, if you screw up and, like, for example, fail a minigame, then the melon does not respawn ever, unless you start a completely new save file. Well, not a new save file, but, like, if you're doing the story mode, you have to start over from the very beginning. Dying does not make the melons respawn, and it is stupid. Bottles was here, by the way. So, yeah, the itch is too great. I think I am going to replay Yoshi's Story someday soon. But I'm gonna have to take steps to make sure it's not, like, hair-pullingly frustrating. Like, I'll consult a guide. By far, the stupidest thing about Yoshi's Story is the question mark boxes. Because there's, like, 3 or so different things that you can do with them, and you'll never know at a glance which one of those things you need to do in order to get it to spawn a melon. Do you just break it? Do you hit it with an egg? Do you push it into another box? Oh. Fake Jiggy, by the way. There are no Jiggies in this level. There we go, that's how you get over here. So yeah, the mystery boxes, hate them. They should be, like, differentiated somehow. So I would have to consult a guide in order to know ahead of time what to do with them. Or I could, like, use save states. And just test out everything until I get a melon. Let's see, how do I get over to that last little honeycomb piece over there? Hey, what are you doing? You can't... Huh? Oh, it just placed a little, whenever you fire an egg for the first time. Ah, there we go. This is something cool that I like about, like, games being remade in other games' engines, is, like, trying to recapture the feeling, trying to recreate that game essence in a completely alien environment. Like, this is what Yoshi's Story is all about, is, like, weird secrets. And figuring out how to, you know, get stuff done. Figuring out how to get the collectibles that you want. Is this a faithful recreation of a Yoshi story level? Not exactly, but the layout is extremely similar to the very first level. Can't wait for someone to remake PT and Banjo Kazooie. I'm sure someone could figure out how. All right, there it is, the legend, Ultra Mario 64. I'll be kind of skimming through this first part of the game pretty quickly because I've seen it. You know, I've seen other people play it. I read this sign. Nope, that's just telling you that you can't take your notes with you. I'm assuming this works on the same system with notes as Banjo Kazooie, where you basically have to try to get all of them in one go. If you die, then you lose your progress and you have to start over with them, and it's the only collectible that's like this. You freaks are about to become lost media. Anyway, they changed it in Banjo Tooie, such that it, you know, it's a collectible like everything else. It doesn't just reset itself. I have mixed feelings on it, on this, like, way of doing things. On the one hand, it is very frustrating when you die, but on the other hand, it's very satisfying to, you know, do a perfect run. It adds an element of challenge that you don't really see in every 3D platformer. That is a that's a water mine. I was trying to look at the coin. That is an important collectible from Donkey Kong 64. Thankfully, it's not necessary here. You can see why any N64 fan would love this mod, but you've never played a single N64 game, huh? Yeah, some of the appeal is definitely going to be lost on you. Because part of the fun is in the layout. Like, they reference other games, but they're not one-to-one recreations. And sometimes, Kirko has put an interesting spin on things, such as Bob on Battlefield here, having water running through it. And it makes an awful lot of sense. That's why there's bridges everywhere. That's why there's, like, hang on, let me get on Dry Lane and I'll show you. There's, like, this little valley in Bob on Battlefield, where you've got this bridge, and then it goes to, like, a little gate over here. It makes perfect sense that this would be, like, a waterway. Even though this, like, technically isn't what the designers intended, it just works. It just works. Oh, I can't break that. You started with the DS era of games. That's pretty close, in terms of, like the power of the graphics processor. DS was a bit better. Did you ever happen to play Super Mario 64 DS? I had a pretty good amount of fun with that game. I really wish that Wario was more fun to play as in that game. But you take what you can get. Also, there will be references to other N64 games. Kind of just wedged into other games levels. Yeah, this is getting a little hard to describe. This little area right here, this is not native to Bob on Battlefield. This is technically the Mushroom Village from, is there a thing in here? Somehow I killed that thing. This is the Mushroom Village from Mario Party. This is where you, like, select, like, the different, options. It was basically a stand-in for a menu. You go in one thing, you go to a shop, you go into another thing, you go to the Mushroom Bank, you go to another place, and you get options. Enter the warp pipe in the middle, you go and play a Mario Party board. One of them was the minigame hut, where you could just play minigames by themselves. I thought it was kind of cool. Also, I'm pretty sure you can open one of these. Alright, we're gonna use our Scooby-Doo logic here. Which one of these doors looks a little bit too conspicuous? You know, which one is a model and not a texture? Huh, could have sworn one of these could be opened. This one definitely looks important, but I guess not. Well, it's fine. I'll figure it out later. Maybe I have to, like, press a switch to open the door. It's alright. There's a lot left to explore here. So this little patch of flowers in Mario 64, a lot of people know is like a teleport point. Which is so weird in hindsight that Mario 64 had, like, just invisible places where you could stand and warp somewhere. Like, I don't think any other 3D Mario game does that. And they're not necessary in the slightest, but if you know about it, there you go, there's a shortcut. Here's a Jiggy. You did play Super Mario World thanks to the GBA backwards compatibility. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I played the Game Boy Advance version of Mario World. I like the new intro that they made for it. Oh, here we go. Here's how we get inside. Here's the, of course, famous almond break version of the Mario theme. There we go. Okay, I guess we just lost connection. Error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, users will experience buffering. Yeah, stream status poor. Serious issues that need attention. I am not sure if there's anything I can do about that. Well, I guess we really are back, huh? Back to where we were in the Twitch era, where we would regularly experience connection issues. Are there any settings I can change here? I was considering tweaking the latency option. Right now it seems fine. We're definitely gonna have to keep an eye on that. Unfortunately, when I click on stream health, it doesn't show me anything. Well, okay, it shows me messages, but it doesn't show me, like, a chart. The way that, what do you call it? The way that Twitch did. Is Discord streaming any smoother? Well, I'm not about to stop what I'm doing to find out. Which reminds me, I told a different friend of mine that I was going to go live tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and pass the message on. There we go. Alright, looks like our stream health has improved. We're back to normal. Let's go ahead and resume what we were doing. I almost thought that this piece of music was going to sound a little different, because there's a Silva Gunner upload that plays the Bomb Battlefield theme as if it was in Donkey Kong 64. Ooh. That is the brown-colored Big Butt that shows up in the intro of Banjo Kazooie. And I've always thought it was weird that it only shows up in the intro. There's a blue one that will attack you in the levels, but yeah, Brownie here just never shows up again. Does this actually not do anything? Boy, the field has gotten very overgrown over here. Watch out for killer bees. What was I trying to do? In Mario 64, if you pound the stake into the ground, it releases the chain chomp. The big butt is supposed to be a chain chomp, by the way. If you pound the stake into the ground, it releases the chain chomp, and it opens up the cage, and you can get a star. Alright, here is a fortress straight out of Mario 1. Oh! There we go. I remember how you silly fellows work. So here, we attempt to do 2D platforming with the moveset of a 3D platforming character. It's fairly novel. I'm trying to think of other characters that might be interesting to do this with. Like, I don't know. I know that Crash Bandicoot often switches to 2.5D perspective. So it kind of works better for him, but I have a hard time imagining, like, Mario 64 Mario doing that. Hello there, welcome to the stream. I don't suppose that you've ever played an N64 game before. I don't think I've ever heard you talk about it. Well, this ROM hack of Banjo Kazooie is designed for people that have a big love of the, you know, those early Polygon days gone by. You had a PlayStation as a kid? Oh, that's cool. Doubtless we'll see an equivalent to this for like, PlayStation games and characters someday. Just got an interesting message from my mother. I'll read that later. Oh boy. If I fall down there, am I gonna die? I'm not gonna take a chance on that. Maybe I'll come back and check after I get all 100 notes. You got back from the movie. You saw Sinners. I do not recognize that at all. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the, whoa. I almost forgot about the, like, floating island. Now it's got a bunch of pipes coming out of it. However, I've not yet seen a flight pad, so I don't know how we're gonna get there. Never mind, I see floating platforms. Really good. It's a horror film, huh? Sinners. I'm trying to figure out what to expect just from the title. You're gonna send me the trailer on Discord? Alright, fine. I'll check it out a little later. Also, before I forget, there should be a prize down here. It's a Jinjo! I'll see if I can get through Bob-omb Battlefield in short order, because there is a lot to see. I know for a fact that it's going to take me multiple streams to get through this. It's a big romp. Is that the movie with the lady that just sits outside of a family's home staring at them? What? That sounds horrifically mundane. I hope that's not what it is. I did a minimalist run of Banjo Kazooie not long ago, and discovered how to do really, really far jumps. Let me see if I can remember how I did it. You have to, like, do this, and then somehow... Oh, it's not a double jump that you can do. It's, you can do the rat-a-tat wrap to get a little bit of extra air time. However, that also slows your momentum in midair, so after you get as far as you're gonna get, you're just gonna fall straight down. Anyway, by doing that, I was able to skip the maze. The maze in Bubble Gloop Swamp. So that was really cool. Vampires in the South in the 1930s. 1930s. Sounds, depressing. You were thinking of The Woman in the Yard. Is that also a horror film? Ugh. Guess we can't go that way. That's a pretty clever way of gating, like, making a one-way gate. That's something that not even the original Banjo Kazooie did. Man, you guys are just hanging around there, huh? I need to figure out a way to get rid of them. Well, that's one way to do it. I have a feeling this isn't the last time I'm going to be back out here, so... Go ahead and... Oh, they dropped 2 health pieces. I'll take those, thank you very much. Anyway, what was I going on about earlier? Like, an equivalent to this, but for PlayStation nostalgia. You know, something that zips back and forth between, like, Spyro, Crash, Klonoa, whatever you can think of. I'm sure something like that would be very beloved by fans of that era of gaming. Maybe a little bit of Pac-Man World. One could argue that we got a little taste of that with the Astrobot game. Yeah. Although that's more just, like, referencing the characters through costumes. I don't know if Astrobot actually, like, referenced PlayStation games on a mechanical level. Yeah, so, using Ape Escape as an example, there wasn't a level in Astrobot where you go around capturing, like, monkey robots, for example, right? Wow, those things bounce. Hello there, what's in here? The 3rd time we've been into this little tunnel. Let's go and free up the path. There we go. There is one level in Astrobot where you do exactly that. It is amazing. Ah, cool. And I guess, to a similar extent, there was the Ape Escape level that was just a big shout-out to Metal Gear Solid. You know, stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, this is clever. I forgot that this was in, I see Kirko has made some adjustments. Other people I've seen who have gotten this jiggy, the camera, like, really struggled with finding an appropriate angle with this wall here, and just bugged out like crazy. So, I'm assuming that weird camera movement was, Kirko's fix to that little problem. Yeah, the mod was basically in an early access state for a while. For like a week or something, while Kirko was uploading videos to YouTube about this, project. And some, like, early supporters got access to it as well. I guess that's a good practice. You can get in front of a, you know, get in front of an audience, get them to see what the problems are, and then fix them before, you know, the whole project goes live to the whole world. I think it's working out so far. If I fall from a great height, I'll be back for you later, Mr. Beehive. I don't think we're gonna see any boss fights in this hack. Not that there were very many... Old rubbish, eh? That's such a rare joke. Yeah, King Babam here. As you can see, Bottles was here. Oh, there's a prize in this crown. Yeah, there weren't very many boss fights in Banjo Kazooie anyway. Like, I'm not even sure if the gorilla in Mumbo's Mountain counts. Because, like, you don't actually fight him, you just kind of work around the obstacles he throws at you. This is a reskin of a life preserver enemy that bounces around in, like, plates and flies around when you kill it. And it's honestly really funny that the animation doesn't work quite right for the Jiggy Mimic, so it just stays in place in midair and just farts for a while. Who's Bottles? Oh, right, you wouldn't know that if you've never played Banjo Kazooie before. Bottles is a mole with very thick glasses who helps out Banjo Kazooie in the first game and teaches them all their cool moves, like how to shoot eggs and how to fly. And then in Banjo-Tooie, he died. But then he came back to life. Where did I end up? Isn't this where we just were? There's not 2 floating islands in there. There's 2 floating islands. Okay. Well, you see a pipe, you go into it. I'm not sure why Kirko is making Bottles out to be, like, evil. Going around killing all the, like, world bosses before you even get there. Oops. However, there was a scrapped game mode for Banjo-Tooie called Bottles Revenge. If you've ever seen, like, Beta 64 stuff about Banjo-Tooie, then you may already know about this. It was a co-op game mode where player 2... Actually, I might have to rephrase that, but yeah, player 2 would take control of Bottles as a ghost. And not just any Bottles, it would be a devil Bottles. And you would move him around and possess enemies. And you could actually control them and try to hinder player 1's advancement through the game. Really unique idea that I don't think we've ever seen since then. It's like anti-co-op. Where, just for fun, player 2 is trying to mess with the progress of player 1. It's kind of counterintuitive for a 3D platformer, like, if player 2 wins, then you don't go anywhere. So I can see why they didn't stick with it, but it's still really interesting. I'd love to see that idea expanded upon. So there is still in the files of Banjo-Tooie a sprite of Bottles as like a devil with, you know, a red aura and devil horns. So maybe that's what Kirko was referencing with these ominous Bottles was here signs. Reminds me of Plants vs. Zombies co-op, where one player controls the zombies. Oh, I didn't know about that. If you go see Sinners, stay until after the credits. There are 2 scenes. Well, me and the people that I see movies with are well accustomed to that habit. Don't you hate it when that happens? Yeah, we actually watched Mr. Bean. No, it was just called Bean. Yeah, the American film adaptation of Mr. Bean was just called Bean, and after the credits, Mr. Bean just walked in front of the black screen and just cordially greets you. Uh-oh. Oh boy, that kind of spooked me a little bit. Let's be careful with that letter M. Anyway, yeah, he just steps out in front of the black. He's like, "Oh, hello there. I also like to stay within the credits." And he just kind of lollygags and takes his time leaving. And you're just, like, not sure when the scene's actually over, and eventually it's just over. Pretty funny. Yeah, me and Hollow have become bona fide Mr. Bean fans in the past couple of weeks. What can I say? The character is just really funny. Ooh! Well, had to happen eventually. Oh! Got the Jiggy. Ooh, I think we only got one Jiggy left. Yeah, Kirko decided to only put 9 Jiggies in each world, which, you know, fair enough, why not? It's no more weird of a number than 10. Let's see... how to progress. We must climb the golden banana. There we go. Oh, I didn't miss all that much. Hey, it's Link! Awakening. Boy, everything in here is slippery, huh? Folks are speculating if there's a sequel to Sinners. You don't want one. The movie ended perfectly. A sequel would be trash. I know the feeling. Yeah, sometimes when something's over, it's just over. And it's, you know, you can leave with a satisfying feeling in your hat. Don't have to revisit it. Don't have to add anything onto it. It's just good as is. You could be on this list too! Just join the Golden Jiggy Fun Club today, Mac. Whoa, hold on a minute. Okay, that Staryu is much taller than it looks. Okay, that painting up there. Never mind, it just faded into existence. I thought maybe it was doing that trick where, you know, in Mario 64, the Peach painting turns into a Bowser painting when you get close to it. I do not understand this picture. It's an orange with eyeballs with the number 23. Your guess is as good as mine. Ooh, that's a very cleverly hidden Mumbo token. Gimme! How are we gonna make more money without sequels? That's just how it goes nowadays. I heard that part of the reason why Mr. Bean is as it is because back in the day, there wasn't as harsh of a mandate for, you know, sequels or for TV series to be a specific length or whatever. So, if the writers were done writing and the producers were done producing, like, if a series was over, it was just over. There was no pressure to continue it past its expiration date. And that's why Mr. Bean only has 14 episodes. They're doing a live-action Lilo and Stitch. Yes, did you just find out about this? It's, it sure is something. I saw a really cool video not long ago. That was... What was the guy's name again? Shoot, I wish I could remember. Harry Gold. The Harry Gold Show on YouTube. He did a, like, parallel universe documentary where he was pretending that Disney was, like, going about their films in the opposite way, where, like, their golden age was all live-action movies, and now they're doing all these silly, kid-friendly 2D animation films. What's gotten into them? Why do they keep inserting these talking animal characters? Why does every film have to be a musical? It was really funny. And even just beyond the, you know, the satire, Harry Gold also had a bunch of illustrations for what hypothetical 2D remakes of these live-action films would look like. Yes! 100 notes! Awesome. By the way, you may see me doing that every now and again. That's a common trick among people who know Banjo Kazooie, but like the back of their hands. If you do a ground pound, and then use that like recoil animation to fall off a ledge, you take no fall damage. Alright, now we can leave. I think I'm gonna go back to the castle and see if there's a secret in the Bowser pit. Works like a charm. Anyway, yeah, that was really cool. Just if you probably already seen it on like your recommended list or whatever. If you follow a lot of like Disney reviewers or something, you know. 2D remix of the live-action films. It's a pretty funny little video. Oh. Ha! How considerate! It just warps you back to the beginning. Alright, well now we know. The Silva Gunner version that I was talking about earlier incorporates, like, jungle animal noises. So I keep expecting, like, a weird grunt after the beginning notes, like... blah, 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 blah. You know, I keep expecting to hear a noise like that. Or maybe, like, a bird squawking. Here's something that no one ever does in Banjo Kazooie. Hold the Z button, and characters will talk slower. Have I missed anything interesting here? Yeah, they're absolutely cashing in on millennial nostalgia with these films. I mean, this is definitely the pot calling the kettle black, because here I am, playing something that's banking on N64 nostalgia. Like, it's there in the name. But this has effort put into it, and you know how I can tell? We're listening to a different arrangement of the Bob on Battlefield music. That wasn't a thing in Mario 64, but Kirko did it anyway, just because he could. Oh, note to self, break blocks. What are these things supposed to be? It's like a reskin of the landmine, but it's like dirt with chunks of grass sticking out of it. It's quite ugly. Oh, right, I have to actually break it. There we go. Excuse me, mister, I do believe you're nomming on my friend. Let's see, how is Kirko going to incorporate the push blocks? Of course, it's just gonna be these guys again. Alright, knock it off, you. Woe be to any player who does not already know about that trick to killing those things instantly. Just run into them with the beak. I hear snowman. I don't like snowmen. What's this thing? It's Mario's shoes. This was also originally a warp point in Mario 64. Where is that snowman laughing from? Oh, I get it. It's supposed to be a thwomp. Hello, buddy. Ah! That could have gone better. Like, he's not even an enemy at this point. He's just a spectator, laughing at my, my failures. Hey, wait a minute, that's a Triforce. Oh, that's just, like, Kirko's, symbol. Okay. That's why that's here. There's probably one of these in every level. And probably every single one of them has a prize inside. There we go. Hey, you're not a prize. Oh, son of a gun. How did it know? How did it know to blow up? Alright, no problem. We've got a beehive here. And Mario's gloves. It almost feels like there should be some kind of, like, secret collecting mechanic. Like in Mario 64. Which, in hindsight, is another really weird element of that game. Where you have to just touch spots in the level, and then a number shows up, counting how many secrets you've found. Like, it's the most nondescript secret you could possibly get. It's just go to a place, and you get a secret. Yeah, they never came back. And good riddance. Those were really hard to find sometimes. Like, my god, you just have to check every remotely suspicious-looking location. And hope to god that you find it. I don't think there were any clues, either. You really just had to explore. Let's see, I wonder if the chunk of the wall is still breakable. Nope. Reminds me of invisible walls in Final Fantasy games. You must be talking about the 3D ones. Oh, that's probably gonna get annoying if I ever actually get around to playing, Final Fantasy VII. I think I actually, yeah, I own a copy of, Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII on Steam. Thanks for the reminder, Banjo. Yeah, I have a feeling that the pre-rendered environments are going to be a bit of a thorn in my side with that game. Oh, there's a timer. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Okay, that's getting in the way of me getting a thing from the clock. No matter, we'll just hit the switch again. That's why we got so many feathers. What do you mean, gulp? What you gulping about, Banjo? There are 2D Final Fantasy games with invisible walls. Can you give me an example? I'm sure there's many that come to mind, but, like, it's such an ingrained part of the, of my memory with them that I probably just, like, overlooked them. And I'm just like, oh yeah, there's an invisible wall, whatever. That's just how it is. Bottles was here, by the way. I seem to remember that there were a couple of, quote-unquote puzzles involving invisible walls. Either that or, like, unmarked passages. I think that was the thing in Final Fantasy IV. Was, like, secret passages that would have prizes in them. But you would have no clue they were there. You just have to walk into a wall, and you would open up the passageway. Which, come to think of it, that was a thing that Star Tropics did. That was, like, an integral part of Star Tropics' puzzle design. Which is kind of funny to think about. What? Was I supposed to break these? So I'm just getting notes out of them anyway. Pretty sure 4 had an invisible wall you just passed through to reach a room. Was there something like that in Mount Ordeals? I'm having a hard time remembering. It's been a long time since I played 4. I do like it a lot. I'd like to replay it someday. I played the Game Boy Advance version and had a real good time with it. Okay, just interact with the blocks somehow, and you'll get the thing inside. But how do I get that? Might have to go from up here. Or not. I don't think Banjo can jump high enough. Oh, he can! He can! But I don't think he can get up here. Never mind, he can! Banjo's a better jumper than I gave him credit for. Oh, hello there. Goodbye there. Okay, yeah, try jumping more often. Because Banjo can, in fact, jump. Hang on a minute, let me get this lined up right. Oi! There we go. Yeah, this is cool! These, like, 2D, Banjo Kazooie platforming levels are, very interesting. Woo! The original game never did anything like this, and neither did Banjo Tooie. I don't even think the Game Boy Advance game did fancy stuff with 2D platforming, like, at all. Even though it was, in fact, a 2D game. It was just one of those 2D games pretending to be 3D. What can I say? There's just something fun about exploring, about exploring 2D levels in quote-unquote 3D. It's part of the appeal of, like, VR versions of 2D platformers from the NES, or, like, emulator plugins that somehow make NES emulators look like they're in 3D. That's an actual thing. I remember Joel streaming something like that one time. There we go. We need a Banjo 2D. I get what you mean, but yeah, it looks like it says to die. Okay, my memory has already failed me. Was there anything interesting all the way to the left besides the fake Jiggy? Which I can tell it's fake because it's not rotating. Okay, note to self, there is like there are no holes in the ceiling here. So when I go back, I can just run across. Nice texture there. Alright, we can just run back across. This was also a pretty fun part of Super Mario Odyssey. Ooh, I wonder... Yeah, that was a part of the Donkey Kong Bonanza trailer, was, you know, where we're gonna have, like, throwback levels that look like Donkey Kong Country. What's gonna be in the Warp Zone? Oh, of course, that's how you get into the cage. One of 2 cages. Okay. Very nice. But how am I gonna get back? Very clever, very clever. However, I think I missed, like, one thing in the very last, question mark box, so I gotta go back. You know what? Having said that about Donkey Kong Bonanza, yes, I am looking forward to that game after all. Like, I've been a bit pessimistic about it. I've been like, the new Donkey Kong design doesn't look that good. It's gonna be just digging and not much substance to it. There's no Kremlings. This, that. But honestly, the 2D levels might be reason enough for me to want to play it. You're looking forward to watching people play it? Like, really? Really? Would you rather watch other people play it than to play it yourself? Or are you just saying that because, like, you know, Switch 2 not looking that affordable right now? I still can't believe one of my coworker bought 2. Like, he pre-ordered 1, and apparently that was during a period where prices were going up for everyone. And then he saw another one online being listed from someone that had bought it, and for some reason decided to resell it at the default, like... what was it? $450? Whatever the default price was for the Switch 2. So he decided to buy the second one, and he's gonna try to sell the first one that he got. Okay, there's definitely a snowman somewhere around here. Heard him laughing. Ah, there he is. He's over there. Am I going to be expected to kill him? Oop. Didn't quite do that right. Oh, and I missed that Jiggy over there. That's not good. I think the game that will result in me buying a Switch 2 is going to be Kirby Air Riders. Whoa, whoa. I do not want to fall from this height. Will I be buying a Switch 2 for Donkey Kong Bonanza? We will see. We will indeed see. Why am I doing this? There's a very basic move you can use to walk faster, and I'm just not using it for some reason. Yeah, I'll see how the reviews look for Donkey Kong Bonanza. Not only that, but I also wanted to keep an eye out for the reviews of the Joy-Con 2s. Because if they're as flimsy as the regular Joy-Cons were, deal's off. I'm not buying it. Not without, like, waiting for the price to drop or something. Boy, I could really go for a chunk of health right now. I think I just gotta brave it. Here goes! I don't like him. Thankfully, he is polite enough to wait until we eat the Jiggy. The thing that sucks so much about the snowmen is that they have projectile tracking. So they will follow you and, like, predict where you're going to go. Gotcha! Oh man, that felt satisfying getting that on the first try. Snowmen are probably the hardest enemy to defeat in Banjo Kazooie. Takes a bit of practice and a bit of luck to bean them in the melon. You've been spending your fun money on non-games lately, so no Switch 2 for you. This last night you bought a plushie from a YouTube animator. You're like, oh, well, that's nice. I thought about buying a plushie in the past couple of weeks. Jimothy Cool was selling... Hold on a minute. Can I bean the gorilla? I cannot bean the gorilla. Oh my god, if this is how I die, then I will never forgive myself. Hello, Jinjo. Okay, well, we got everything, so... Ooh, wait a minute, I wasn't done! Put me back! Okay, now we got everything. Okay. Oi! Sorry about the flash scare there. That's just, that's an emulator problem. I apologize for that. Anyway, what was I trying to say? The YouTuber Jimothy Cool was selling plushies of, his famous character, Iron Mugulus. The Paradox Pokemon that just looks like a cup of coffee, a mug of coffee, with, like, robot hands and evil eyes. I'm gonna fly around real quick and see if I can find any pieces of health that I left behind. Because boy oh boy am I hurting right now. Maybe on the backside? There we go. Whew. Yeah, dying is a serious concern in the original Banjo Kazooie. And your health pickups are finite until you restart the level. So use them wisely. They don't despawn, so if you don't need them, don't pick them up. Thank you, Jimmy Wiggy. N64 Wiggy. Yeah, you can hear me from the next room, so sometimes you'll just know that something funny is about to happen. Aww. I think if you do 2 ground pounds on a crab, then you'll get 2 pieces of health instead of 1. There's a couple of enemies that have special conditions that make them drop extra health, which is good to know sometimes. Anyway, I brought up all that about, like, health in Banjo-Kazooie, because it's a completely different story in Banjo-Tooie. All the enemies respawn after a while, and they usually drop health, so if you really need to, you can just wait around for a while, and you'll get another enemy to... Was there anything in here? I didn't hear, like, a pickup sound. Oh! It's a switch. Alright, let's go to the eel's mouth really quickly. Let's see, I think technically the fastest way to cross water is to just jump and flap. And then when you get far enough, you can just dive. Oh, went a little too far there. I know it's just a static prop, but this still makes me really uncomfortable. Yeah, that giant eel gave quite a few players of Super Mario 64 nightmares back in the day. It's not just that it looks freaky because of the big mouth, but also that it's a little hard to predict how it's gonna move. Like, in order to get the first star in Jolly Roger Bay, you have to bait the eel into coming out of the pirate ship that's sunken. And you don't really know how to do that. You just swim in front of it, maybe you bump into it and take a lot of damage. But one way or another, it eventually leaves, and then you can go inside the ship. But, you know, try not to bump into it on your way down, because it swims very, very fast. That's probably another part of it that made it so scary, was that it was really fast for something that was that big. At least we can take a I was about to say take a break in the caves, but look at this bastard here to ruin my fun. I wonder, can I trick this into, like, hitting the TNT box? Maybe not. Alright, whatever works. The oxygen limit seems as unforgiving as it was in Twilight Princess. That is not what I expected you to bring up. Was oxygen a big deal in that game? I guess now that I think about it, you did have to manage your oxygen when you got into, like, the Lakebed Temple. But it wasn't too long after that that you got the Zora armor, right? It's been a long time since I played that, so maybe I'm misremembering. Turbo trainers. On my, like, minimalist Banjo Kazooie run, I discovered that you do not ever need to use turbo trainers in order to beat Banjo Kazooie. Like the pyramid in Gobi's Valley that requires you to run up the slopes. If you wait before filling the moat with water... Actually, water comes out of that pyramid, so never mind. But, yeah. If you just use the flight pad near the switch that opens up the pyramid, then you can just fly into the hole. You don't need to use the turbo trainers. Yeah, you know what? Beyond just having a new way to play the game, that minimalist run taught me a lot of really cool tricks. So now when I replay Banjo-Kazooie, there are just certain things that I can do way faster. And you might think that something like the Swamp Maze and Bubble Goof Swamp, like, maybe there's no point in, Are these just here to make me, like, let me leave faster? Well, ain't that considerate. Can you run on water? No. That was something they added in Banjo-Tooie. But yeah, you might think that you don't need to... Like, it would be a bad idea to skip the maze in Bubble Goof Swamp because there's notes in there. But I think it actually would be faster to skip it the first time, and then go back through it once you're a crocodile. Because you can just take your time, go around corners, you don't have to stop and get the boots. I think the crocodile moves a little bit faster than Banjo-Kazooie by default anyway, so yeah. Speedrunning trick, eh? I'm not sure if I would call it a speedrunning trick necessarily. I'll have to, like, actually watch a speedrun and see if it actually shaves off a meaningful amount of time. Assuming that whoever is playing it is going for 100%. Because there's definitely other tricks you can do to skip even larger portions of the game. I'm pretty sure that sign said, like, free air or something. I'm not taking any chances. Gonna make one more surface before I go into the sunken ship. Oh, by the way, is there something in the eel's house? Cave? Yes, there's a Jinjo in here. There sure is a Jinjo in there. I guess he'll just have to suffer. What was that you said? If you wanted to do some early exploration with the iron boots, it was hell. Oh, I imagine. In Twilight Princess. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, another Jinjo. Classic rare level design trope. Just hide stuff behind the player at the beginning of an area. Is there anything else under here? Whoa! I didn't think I was gonna get blown up while in first person. I thought maybe there might have been a note hidden right there. That's why there's so many gold feathers in here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh boy, this is gonna be a pain, isn't it? The slipperiest sunken ship you ever did see. Should we be using the talent rod here or something? Not helping either. Yeah, it just does not really work, does it? I noticed this while I watched Vinny play this. Like, this particular room is just a big ol' hassle. Like, that's not quite a good angle to shoot eggs at. What happens if I shoot an egg backwards? Well, it just bounces back into me, of course. Now, I do know a trick about, like, navigating slopes and being able to, like, keep jumping up slopes. That was also something that my minimalist run taught me. There we go. That's what you're supposed to do. But I'm not going to use it if I don't have to, because it's a bit of a pain. Use your Hamon to climb! Jojo, my Hamon! Take it! I suppose it's only a matter of time before we start watching Stone Ocean, huh? Ooh, is there something over here? That would be a great place to hide something, but no. That was interesting. Look what happens. You can activate the shock jump pad if you're in the water next to a shock jump pad. Wow. That's pretty cool. Let me make sure there's nothing else down here. Yeah, it's a simple layout for a level, so not much to find in the ocean's depth. Although I do remember there being clams. Or, in this case, a Kirko monument. You've very slowly been reading the last third of Stone Ocean. I'll admit. You say that as though you've been having difficulty with it. Nothing wrong with it, you just switched your attention to other things. Oh, okay. You see, it's funny, because in order to get the things out of Kirko's monuments, you have to get in. Or get out. Why did I want to watch parts 3 and 4 in Japanese instead of English? That's kind of my default watching state, so it's more unusual that we ended up watching parts 1 and 2 in English. So that's the simple explanation. But I probably would have chosen Japanese for part 4 anyway, because it just seems like a uniquely Japanese setting. I mean, it actually does take place in Japan, but, like, I don't know. There's something about the Japanese voice acting that I just really, really liked about part 4. And then part 3, I probably would have preferred Japanese also, just to hear the particular... the voice of, like, Japanese Joseph. That is such a sneaky crab. I saw it get the jump on Finny, too. Like, it's honestly kind of cool that it, like, tracks you as you're going up through the water, and then emerges to try and get you. Like, that never happens in the base game. But it's programmed to be able to do that, so that's cool. Watch part 5 in the Italian dub? I don't know about that. Billy Cummits had a really funny dub line in the Chef episode that you heard in Nico B's reaction series. For the love of God, drop the meat! Oh shit, that's right. I remember seeing this in Vinny's stream too. This is a combination switch and shock jump pad. That is so clever. I love it. This, I don't love as much. This is just a really finagly little thing to platform on in only 10 seconds. Just don't even try platforming. Find one safe spot to land, and then make a leap of faith. That's my advice to you. Kometsu was the voice actor for Josuke. Gotcha. I think I'll do it this way. Oh, I can't get all the way across. The game just naturally lags when there's a bunch of explosions happening. So, nothing to be alarmed of. What you're probably supposed to do is shoot eggs at them, so this is like almost a target gallery of sorts. This probably isn't what it is, but that spike in lag right when the explosion happens almost makes me wonder if it's the result of an audio file being loaded that's just a little bit too large. That's a game design mistake that I distinctly remember making when I was younger. Oh god, it was so stupid. What I did was I attached the level background music. This was like a really old Game Maker 2D platform project I made. I think it was... I think I used like Sonic the Hedgehog, but anyway. I made the very boneheaded decision of attaching the, event that starts the background music, attaching that to a common enemy. And it made no difference to me back in the day. I was just a wee little teenager. I was a baby just learning to code. So I thought nothing of it, but considering the fact that this was, older computers that I was dealing with, old software, where am I? There we go. And I was trying to load an MP3 file for the background music, as opposed to, like, a MIDI. In particular levels, the game would freeze for, like, an entire minute trying to load, like, 24 instances of the same MP3 file. Now, thankfully, they didn't stack on top of each other and blow my eardrums out. But it was still no good, and it completely baffled me until I found a second brain cell to rub together. So, figured out what the problem was. Just attach your background music to, like, a miscellaneous invisible object in the corner of the map. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Just don't make a dozen instances of it. Up until that point, I just thought, oh, something went wrong. I don't know what went wrong. So, I'm just gonna sit around and be frustrated and confused. What the? Well, sure, why not? Oh my god, that actually worked. Oh, I love that. The perfect angle to roll some eggs. Okay, so that was clearly the interior of, like, a Super Mario Bros. 3 airship. But this ship, I think, is from The Legend of Zelda. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this Tetra's pirate ship from the Wind Waker? I'm pretty sure it is. Kinda hard to tell. It's not like it has any particularly distinguishing features, but it sure does look familiar. Why is this pad here? Is there something on the wall over there? There might be. Or not. Why is there a jump pad here? It's not like I can cling to the sail or anything, right? I almost thought I was supposed to climb the mast, but that's not working. I'm not entirely done with this level. I still need to find where Crocus went. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm forgetting. Alright, now we can go find Crocus. And there might also be some other goodies hidden. Ah, there we go. There's something. There's two somethings, actually. If I can get it. Yeah. Come on. It's like trying to make the loop around the Christmas tree in Banjo Kazooie. There we go. That's how you do it. Just hit it from dead on, and use a feather to go higher if you need to. Oh, not that you can book him. There we go. There we go. There he is. Interesting texture. Actually, I'm gonna slow down with these eggs. I only got so many of them left. I'll have to start keeping my eyes open and collecting more. I have no idea where Crocus went. And I can't go into first person while flying. Guess I'll check the crow's nest real quick. There's always something hidden in the crow's nest. Wow, I still got 2 Jiggies left to find. Well, one of them's probably... Yeah, one of them's the Jinjo. It's like trapped underwater that I don't know how to get to it. And the other... is Crocus hiding somewhere. Where could he be? Wherever it is, it has to be above water, right? Because I have to be able to fire eggs. I'll admit I haven't really thought to check the cave really thoroughly. Like the underwater cave. Maybe there's something in there. I need to take a second look at that Jinjo, too, to figure out how to get to him. It's not like there's a secret angle you have to go at in order to go through this, right? No. Ugh. I'm gonna try to check the cave real quick. I feel like maybe I overlooked, like a secret side tunnel or something. Also, I'm almost out of air. And there's no bubble dispensing fish to help me either. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, that, running out of air is a big deal in the original game, in Clanker's Cavern. A number of people, such as YouTuber Lucajin, have had difficulty with that level because it requires you to go down to the bottom of a pit, underwater, and do a specific swimming maneuver 3 times and not run out of air. But there is a fish that dispenses air bubbles, so at least you got that, but, Oh, up there! Okay, of course. Hold on a minute. Do I have to, like, jump onto the ledge and then do the shock jump? Wait, wasn't there a flight pad? Oh yeah, there was a flight pad that I had to use to kill the snowman. That's right, I used the shuck jump to break the egg. That's what that was. Oh! And there's a secret tunnel. That's probably how we get to the Jinjo. Wow, how did I miss these on the first run through here? Is the render distance this short in the original Banjo Kazooie? Yes. Now, generally, the levels were not terribly big, so it wasn't quite so noticeable, but yeah. Objects don't really spawn in until you get within a certain distance. By contrast, this Jolly Roger Bay map is huge. Did Kirko make it that way just to make the oxygen pressure, like, that much more intense? And by that I mean, like, the mental pressure to not run out of oxygen. Feels a little bit excessive, but I guess it's okay, because I don't think there's really any other water-heavy levels in this ROM hack. So if we're gonna get some swimming done, may as well do it here. Boy, this guy's everywhere, huh? Yeah, and those pre-selected camera angles are not terribly flattering, are they? Kirko was struggling to find the right balance between far enough away to where the player could understand what they're looking at, and close enough to where the Croctus would actually render. Now, the question is, how am I going to get those eggs over there? Oh, never mind. I forgot there was a little ledge here. Oh, I got it! That was hard. That was pretty hard. Can I make this just with a big jump? Yes! I am confident that I can. Whew, that one was kinda hard. Not gonna lie. But after this, we will be out of Mario 64 territory and onto some new and exciting games. Can't wait to see what they are. Now, thanks to Kirko posting, like, every single level 100% completed on YouTube, on his channel, I have been spoiled to an awful lot of this hack already. I've tried to keep a few surprises so that I can be excited about them here on this stream. For example, I have absolutely no idea what the Star Fox 64 level is going to look like. Nor do I know what the gameplay is going to be. Like, you're not suddenly going to be flying in a vehicle, right? In Banjo Kazooie The Jiggies of Time, you can learn the Talon Trot before ever leaving Kokiri Forest. Oh yeah, that's another thing that Kirko made. I won't tell you how, but there's a clue in the game! In this game! That's funny. He's dropping hints to other hacks he's made in the middle of this one. Well, there's a doorway there, and a doorway there. Where shall we go? This looks like it's going to be the final doorway, so let's see what we need. It looks like it's just got a big old padlock on it. I guess the story will decide when that gets opened. Let's see. RD RAM. Oh, maybe the sign will tell me something. Oh, wait, I read that already. I guess I'll just check it out myself. How many notes do I need to pass? 500? Woo, that's a lot. Guess we're going left. Alright, that's this Super Mario 64. These are invisible walls. Hey, what's this? Oh! Sure, let's give it a try. I'm willing to bet you need exactly 64 jiggies in order to open the door. So, I guess that is kind of the final objective to look forward to. Alright, now finally we're going to open up a new door. What could be inside? I see Diddy Kong Racing. Oh, cool! There's actually, like, wavy water effect going on. GoldenEye. Bomberman 64. Oh, boy. I'm probably... Let's see, how long have I been going? I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that I only have time enough to do one of these today, 100%. So, if there's any preference, just go ahead and let me know. Now, granted, among these games, the only one I've actually played is Diddy Kong Racing, so... Aside from what I've seen elsewhere, I don't know what to expect from Bomberman and GoldenEye. This may be hard to believe, but this corruption is the work of your closest ally, Bottles. What? Finally, an excuse to kick his dirt-covered behind. So, Bottles really is the villain here. Alright, we're gonna try GoldenEye. Chicken, not stirred. Actually, let me check around real quick, see if there's any secrets laying around. Because that was a thing in the original Banjo Kazooie, was that the hub level sometimes had secrets for you to find. Hello, Pokemon Stadium is actually Pokemon Stadium 2 in Japan. The original Pokemon Stadium was never released in the West and only had 40 Pokemon. Why, yes, Professor Oak, that is true, but why are you here telling me about it? So, your name, Banjo and Kazooie. Mission Arkangelsk. I don't know how to pronounce that. Part 1, Dam and Facility. Primary objectives. I'm guessing those are just all the jiggies that you can get. Bribe discouraged guards. Okay. Bottles is transporting jiggies to a secret chemical warfare facility at the Bailamori Dam in the USSR. For all I know, that could be an actual dam. His motives are a mystery, but you must stop him at all costs. Agent 007, James Bond, was sent there a few days ago, but MI6 lost sight of him after he jumped off the platform on the dam. Find Bond's whereabouts, recover all the jiggies, and foil Bottle's plans. We're all counting on you, Agents Banjo and Kazooie. Sink a Bottle's old cob's dish? Finest plans, that's all I wish. Named entrance is real secure. Just activate the dir. N64 head guy is on the field. Useful info he will yield. MI6 has got a friend on double agent. He'll depend. Keep those scientists alive. We need their research to survive. Good to know. Mumbo branch. They're carrying special detector in backpack, so should be able to contact Mumbo from special computer in facility. However, Mumbo still need power from tokens. 15 is plenty. Hardly a lover's leap, Banjo. Be careful, though. I hate to think of you falling for anyone else. What? Okay. I hear that these guys are actually wearing, like, Soviet uniforms. Well, I don't see the hammer and sickle anywhere, but, whatever. We got Soviet goblins to deal with here. Hey, what's this? I guess I'll figure that out later. I know this isn't an N64 game, but I am suddenly overcome with the urge to play through Shadow Moses Island in the context of a completely different game like Banjo Kazooie. The music will probably sound very similar to that which appeared in GoldenEye 007, because it's the same composer, Grant Kirkhope. Hey, got a flight pad. It's on timer. Oh boy, 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 oh boy. I don't know what I'm rushing for, but I bet that flight pad's important. Oh boy, how do you do that? Maybe there's some turbo trainers laying around? What was this? Agent by 9. For all I know, these might just be, like, Patreon supporters or something. Oh yeah, there was another one in here, wasn't there? D. Craig. I wonder, can I just jump on the button? No. Can I peck the button? Nope, it's gotta be a ground pound. Alright, I'm gonna try one more time. Did it work? Didn't seem to do anything. Nope. Okay, then. I could have sworn I heard the button click, though. Alright, I'm going as fast as I can. This better be enough. Whoa, boy, you gotta be, like, perfect with that. Kirko, you couldn't have added a couple of extra seconds to that timer, maybe? Oh, I took damage from that. Alright, well, I don't know exactly why I'm pressing these buttons, but I'm gonna press them as good as I can. This might be good enough. Let me just drop a little altitude, if you please. I tried. There we go. Look at that thing bounce. Yes! Gotta get your kills with style. I'm assuming these are like POW Jinjos. This is so absurd. Going through a James Bond area as Banjo and Kazooie, but whatever, it's fun. Like I said, I've never played GoldenEye 007 for the N64. And honestly, I'm not terribly interested in it. I'm more interested in playing Perfect Dark, which, if I'm not mistaken, is also a rare game. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if it was, like, built from the... Wouldn't surprise me if Perfect Dark was, like, built from the same engine as GoldenEye 007. I don't know why. The little that I know about Perfect Dark just seems to appeal to me a little bit more. Like, Joanna Dark strikes me as a bit more interesting to play as compared to James Bond. What can I say? I'm just not that big into Bond films. And then, like, the one mission that I know about from Perfect Dark involves rescuing an alien from Area 51. And, like, the alien has a funny voice. So, like, why wouldn't I want to play that? Like, over and over and over. You saw some clever levels based on other games in Mario Maker. Played the heck out of that game back then. Yeah, Mario Maker, I mean, heck, I've done that before. I tried to remake Super Mario RPG levels in Mario Maker. I think I've actually live-streamed one or two of them. And boy, did that series of levels get off to a rough start. I was trying to think, how can I incorporate experience points into Super Mario Maker? That was a fool's errand. I should not have even been trying to do something like that. No, I should have just, fire in the hole. In case of explosion, look directly away from explosion. Oh, hey, what's this? Remore. Anyway, yeah, eventually I kinda found my groove with the levels that I was making. I started understanding the fundamentals of what makes a level fun to play. And I think some of the last ones I worked on turned out pretty good, all told. I have broken so many crates that it's, like, baffling me that I can't open these. Oh well. That was like a frame-perfect Wonder Wing. You made a ton of difficult puzzle levels that made you use every bit of Mario knowledge to progress. They were challenging, but were they also fun? Yeah, that's definitely a challenging balance to strike when you're making levels like that. Very tempting to lean more towards the challenge and away from the fun. Not saying that you did, but I know I did. I have some regrets associated with some of the levels that I made. Whoa, whoa. What? Is that a fire? Why is this here? Doesn't even hurt. I have no idea why that's there. Maybe it was in the original game. I don't know. I feel like at this rate I'm gonna... There was another one of those folders over there. Ah, I missed it. I think I've gone too far. Like, I never even finished fully exploring this area. There's probably still a Jinjo in that tower. Thought maybe I would have been able to just run around him. Let's see, what have I not done here? Wow, look at that skybox. It's almost as good looking as the one in Fire Emblem Three Houses. Hey, what's this? That is so suspicious. You can't tell me there's nothing secret hidden in here. This completely conspicuous red box with numbers and letters on it. But I can't seem to break it. Alright, I already got the Jinjo. What else do I need? Maybe I did everything here after all. Well, let's not dilly-dilly. I know there's a lot more to see in this level. You know, there was talk about there being a double agent, there was talk about scientists. We're gonna see them. This area has many sub-areas to look forward to. I'm assuming in the original game you find ammo boxes or something in all these towers. Oh, hi there. Where'd you come from? Huh? What are you doing in here? What about resyncing the communication dish? It's located at the starting area, next to the watchtower. You can use the beak bomb on the red buttons to resync the coordinates.
I didn't see a flight pad there, glitch face.
You'll have to power it up first with the old generator at the base of the watchtower. It should start up for a bit if you hit it.
It's got it.
You know, it just now hit me that Banjo and Kazooie have a very similar dynamic to Sam and Max. I don't know what I expected to accomplish doing that. Yeah, like, if the world of Banjo-Kazooie had guns, Kazooie would find a way to use a gun. She start blasting. Vision would be nice right about now. There we go. I feel like I'm showing off whenever I do these, like, blind shots where I can't see, but, it's more like getting used to jank than it is showing off. Like, I don't think that's a skill, necessarily. I almost thought that was a silhouette of a frog. There's definitely still something I need to do in here. I feel like there's something I need to do on the right wall here. Can I just, skadoodle up the slope? Oh, let me see if I can get, within viewing distance of... Here we go. Yeah. Let's see what this is. Agent 0011, Coco. I knew one of those was gonna have something funny eventually. Oh, never mind. Looks like I already did that wall. Alright, well, I guess we're moving on to the next area. Looks like it's almost time to enter the facility, whatever it is. Hey, what's this? Door security system. Ah, I was wondering what this would be. Hey, that's not a K-Dog. That's a Boshi. Okay. That's pretty cool, honestly, incorporating the Jiggy platforms into the actual level. Needless to say, in the base game, it was only used for opening up new levels. Trying to interact with these things, and I don't know why. I love the forced perspective on the Nintendo logo. Where, like, from this angle, it looks like the monitor is slanted, but actually it's just, like, an already slanted image. Just checking for goodies. So, what did that do? Oh, right, it opened the main gate. Boy, I really do have the memory of a termite sometimes. I'm pretty sure it only happens while I'm live streaming. I swear my memory is not this, like, immediately bad when I'm, like, working or whatever. Doesn't look like there's anything else to look for here, so off we go. Why termite and not goldfish? Well, a termite's smaller. It seemed more insulting that way. I remember that one time Germa said that he had the memory of an elephant reversed. Which makes absolutely no sense to me, but I thought it was funny anyway. Well, I said there wasn't going to be any more swimming, but here's the dam. So maybe we will do a little bit more. Oh, I didn't go inside the other thing. Let me do that before I forget again. Probably nothing important in here, right? I do believe that would be the double agent. I'm not sure about Bottle's plans. This doesn't seem right. What do you want me to do about it? Anything on these computers? Nope. Maybe I'll come back here later. Sorry, again. I'm going to remember that the emulator will just do that. What it's supposed to be doing is capturing an image of the game on the last frame that it, like, displayed. And then showing that, but for some reason the textures just screw up. And yeah, I pressed pause as if I was going to be able to look at the mission briefing again. Wait, is this the same guy? Cool, a Nintendo 64! Your turn to help us, soldier boy! Really? Afraid of Jinjo from Cell 3. It should be hiding somewhere in the lake. Okay, good information. Yeah, I was, like, fiddling with the cord on my controller too much, and I guess it disconnected. Also, I believe that is where you have to bungee jump in GoldenEye 007. Which I have a relevant video clip that I can show you from gaming in the Clinton years. His review of GoldenEye 007 was interesting, to put it mildly. Anything further back? Ah! Who are these discouraged guards we need to bribe? Some of the soldiers are starting to question Bottle's motives. We might be able to persuade them to cooperate with us.
do that, big brain.
Maybe give them a gift. Professional tier bribery. So there's definitely still something I need to find. Maybe they all need a different, like, bribe gift. So I guess that's not the double agent, they're just, like, soldiers with bad morale. I love that they're just reusing the Polar Bear Kids animation. And crying. I thought maybe I could have gone up there somehow. Alright, so come back when you find more stuff to give away. Well, if I can find that last Jinjo, then I'll be all set. Oh, I didn't open this yet. He actually showed, like, debris from the prison break. That's funny. Did you look at the corner behind the box in the second building? I thought about that. I'm glad you pointed that out. Ah, no, there's nothing in here. I'm assuming you're talking about this building, right? Now you're thinking like a Rare developer. Alright, into the back half of the dam, where there is more stuff to see. Anything further that way? I don't think so. Can I just bust these open with eggs or something faster? Yes, I can. Okay, I'm gonna do that next time. Do you think there's anything remotely valuable at the bottom of the dam reservoir? I sure don't see anything, and I hope it stays that way, because it's big. Never mind, I see something. Ugh. Those fish with the big teeth always spooked me when I played Banjo Kazooie as a kid. You can actually kill them, and you don't even need eggs necessarily. If you can, like, land on them with a ground pound from above the water, you can kill them that way. And they let out, like, a grunt when you kill them, too. Like, ugh! Like that. It's kind of funny to hear a fish make that noise. Hey, I can read that from here. Sean Connery. Man the legend. Alright, I'm thinking that's all I need to dive for. I really hope so. Because, boy oh boy, I don't particularly like swimming in Banjo Kazooie. It got better in Banjo Tooie. You can actually unlock an even faster swim speed. But yeah, here in this game, that's as fast as you can go. Oh. Get in or get out. Oh, of course. How else would you do this? Alright, and then I guess we destroyed the turret. That was probably listed somewhere in the mission objectives, and I just, like, didn't read. Oh, right, the Jinjo. Where is the Jinjo? Sounds like a marketing motto for In and Out. That was an actual slogan that they used to advertise the N64 back in the day. Oh, those old Nintendo advertising campaigns. By far the strangest among them were the Play It Loud advertisements. Which, I wonder if I can find an example off the top of my head. There was one in Nintendo Power that was advertising the different colors of the Game Boy Pocket, I think. And each of them were being held up by, like, a 90s cool kid with radically different hairstyles. Seeing some print ads on Google, including one that I find to be completely rancid. Ugh. That's pretty close to what I was looking for, but not quite, so good to know that there's more than one of these awful ads. Ah, shoot. I can't seem to find it. Gonna try using quotes, and if I don't find it then I'm just gonna give up and move on. It's also stinky for Earthbound. Yeah, this game stinks! That's how you know it's good. Because us contrarian 90 kids, I found it. Gross and stinky and weird, that's exactly how advertisers thought that we liked it. Here's the ad that I was thinking of. I'm pretty sure I actually saw this in the magazines back in the day. You know what? Aside from the stank face that the green-haired guy is giving me, it's not so bad. It's not as repulsive as the tongued one. Yeah, like, red and black, they look kind of cool. Clear, probably one of those punk ladies that, you know, is cool once you get to know her. And then yellow, I don't know what he's been smoking, but I kind of want some. While I have this pulled up, let me just quickly search for George Wood's GoldenEye review. And we can play it once we get to the bungee jumping spot. Yep, there it is. It's only 3.5 minutes long, so we'll have that ready for when the time comes. Alright, I'm thinking that's all that I needed to do here in the dam. Reservoir. Lest I forget, the dam is an actual facility that we're going to have to explore. Oh, there's another thing. I'm sick of things. I'm ready to leave. Although it doesn't even look like I can go in. Unless, like, an item just happens to... There we go. There's probably another one on the opposite side, isn't there? Like, I get it. These kind of have to be big levels in order to in order to fit all the necessary geometry. Where am I? Oh, here's an idea. Why don't I just go on the surface and look down? Although, if there's just an item sitting down there in the depths, it's not going to show me, is it? I have to be thorough. Oh, never mind, there's the 4. Avoid the mine. Alright, assuming that there's nothing on the opposite side, we're probably done over here. God, I hope so. This is really cool, but just a little bit too big for me to be comfortable with. I can't help it. This place appears to have nothing at all going on. Therefore, there must be something. That's my gamer instincts talking. They shouldn't always be listened to. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else here. Alright, pretty sure there is no way to proceed except to take a leap of faith. But in the meantime... that Shadowgate music is just permanently associated with Bill Clinton in my memory.
GoldenEye is basically a first-person shooter game, the genre popularized by Doom. Nintendo has emphasized that GoldenEye is not just another Doom clone. This may be true, but GoldenEye hardly redefines the genre. The graphics are excellent, except for the blocky human figures. The surface textures are beautiful, and you can see far into the distance. You can see even further with a sniper rifle, which lets you zoom in on the horizon to aim at unsuspecting guards. The zoom feature in this gun can be
I didn't realize he
though,
talked!
especially when you're aiming at an alarm button, which you want to destroy. There's an easy solution to this problem. Don't use the sniper rifle for aiming at objects. GoldenEye 007 has 20 stages in all, 18 on the low difficulty level, and one extra stage for each of the higher 2 difficulty levels. Regardless of the difficulty,
I didn't! God damn it! I had the video in the way, so I didn't see the explosive crate right there.
The game would be impossible. In fact, beating the game is impossible on the higher difficulty levels.
This game is literally impossible.
Don't even try them. You still get an ending with low difficulty, and as far as we know, the ending does not change along with the difficulty. The ending is pretty stupid. It reflects the lack of emphasis.
I love how he just throws shit like that out there in his reviews.
There are very few cinematic sequences, and even those scenes constitute only the camera swooping around the landscape of a new level. In the ending, Bond escapes in a helicopter, and then we see him kissing Natalia in the jungle. She goes, "Ooh, James," and the credits roll. Whoop-de-doo.
Ooh, James. I don't think that was in the
Much
movie.
development in the cinema scenes, the actual gameplay, what you do in the game, keeps the story going on its own. Moving over to play control, you can adjust the commands assigned to each button on your
I'm waiting for him to talk about the
controller.
camera
You
angles.
will surely want to change from the default controls to make the game handle more like Turok, Dinosaur Hunter. The
Whoa, what the-
control is not flawless,
what am I doing
no matter
here?
what the setting. If you're looking down
Oh,
at
that's
the
just like a
window,
return path.
you won't
Okay,
pick it
I
up.
see.
If you're looking ahead while walking over it, you will. Now that's stupid. Moving the crosshairs is also difficult. You can switch weapons safely by pressing start. Bond will look down at his watch, bringing up a menu system with everything you need to worry about. If you beat the game on the hardest mode, you will open up hidden levels for the 4-player minigames, which we can't show you because we only have one controller. And frankly, we don't care about the multiplayer.
Did I give one of those ST4s to the guards? Oh, right, I need to collect one more, actually. I'll come back once I find the third
Excellent
thing.
game, even with its flaws. Experienced players will beat it quickly, though, so some of you might be better off renting it. Our last note regarding this game is
Okay,
about
this is it,
the
this is it.
jumping scene. Look at this. It looks like he's jumping without a rope. To make matters worse, the camera is all screwed up. He jumps. He jumps again, from a different angle. What the heck? Is this some new funky directing style or what? Okay, enough of Bond.
He's like, never heard. He's never heard of a repeating camera shot. Like, has he ever seen a samurai movie? They do that shit all the time. I think, like, over half of the footage I've seen of GoldenEye 007 has been in this level with the bathrooms. And, like, you open the doors and there's guards you can shoot. I don't know why, it just seems to keep on happening. Also, that is, yeah, that's, Gruntilda's toilet from Mad Monster Mansion. Yeah, a lot of anime does repeating camera shots, too. It's a very old, worn-out trope. And yet, somehow, George Wood has never heard of it. Respect our scientists. They mean it. If you hurt a scientist, then you, like, lose a life instantly. Because they are mission critical, or something. Yeah, George Wood is a very interesting reviewer. Cadefers has done an entire video on his reviews, and I used to watch Retzer Prey. Okay, there's a scientist. Don't hurt him. He won't hurt you. Yeah, I used to watch Slow Beef and Diabetes riff on those reviews all the time. And every single time, Diabetes would come up with a new Bill Clinton joke to throw into the intro. So, this is a security system A. Sorry, I should give you guys a warning whenever I press the start button. We've only got 3 Jiggies left to find. But I also have not found any honeycombs. So I'm not sure how much of this level I have left to explore. I'm also not sure how many of these doors are real. Casualties list? What? Are these, like, Patreon people that, like, for unrelated reasons died while Kirko was working on this? I'm kind of curious to get an explanation for that. I have no idea who you are. This had to be a huge challenge for Kirko, finding all these camera angles for this narrow little section of the game. I don't think Banjo Kazooie was designed to handle tight spaces like this. Hey, it's Kirko. Well, if you want to know what the creator of this mod looks like, there you go. It looks like one of those Game Boy camera like default pictures that sometimes jump scare the player. You know, who are you running from? Stuff like that. Where's the double agent? They should be in that left room in the hall. Thanks. Probably could have found that by myself. Is that the double agent? Yikes! Nasty fierce bear! Well, just like in Banjo Kazooie, he's going to block a path. Okay, I'm gonna assume that those no Banjo Kazooie stickers are being completely serious, and no matter what you do, you can't open those doors. So that's Kirko's signposting to me, don't bother exploring any further past this point, because there's nothing there. Yeah, case in point. Right, I need to get in touch with Mumbo for this one, which I remember because of all the videos I've seen of this level already. Whoa, what the? What is that box art? Is that real? That looks so silly to me. Anyway, yes, bring Mumbo many tokens. Banjo has plenty tokens. Press B to see Mighty Mumbo magic. I'd love to. Do I have to stand on the computer? I really wish I hadn't been spoiled on this ahead of time. What do you even call this pose? How do you interpret any of this? This is just ridiculous, and I love it so much. Oh, hey, another folder. I can't read it. My head is too big. It's getting in the way. Hey, let's be. I don't know how many of these are like Patreon people and how many of them are like actual James Bond film actors or whatever. Also, I can't pick up that feather for some reason. Well, let's just slide on into the next room here. Like, I wish it wasn't a bouncing sound that we were hearing. I wish it was instead just like the sound of a stone scraping across another stone surface. Ah, Mr. Bond, come in! My friend has been expecting you! They even cut off the music. Oh, right. We have, extra special secret to look forward to on that computer terminal. You'll need this N64 to bribe one of the guards. Good luck, 007. I'm to leave, Dr. Doak. M16 has told me Banjo and Kazooie are around. I should talk to them before I go. I don't know who that character is supposed to sound like, but my voice ended up turning into, like, Bernie Sanders a little bit. Oh! You were standing behind the pillar. How you doing there, Gordon Freeman? Okay, I thought that it was like an interaction with the computer panel or something. You got anything else to say, Waza? I guess not. Maybe I should have just walked straight into the room instead of trying to sneak around all sneakily. Also, what is that sign up there? That looks like no sign I've ever seen. Alright, I'm about to pause. Be prepared for, like, an ungodly clown vomit texture. I have just 2 Jiggies remaining, 2 honeycombs, and, just over a dozen notes. Now, I know I'm gonna find some of them in the special secret computer thing. Oh, and one of the Jiggies is gonna be giving all the prizes to, the disgruntled soldiers. So, I'll do that last. I don't think I need to be James Bond any longer. Please free me from this agony, Mumbo. I guess in a way we ended up getting big head mode after all. I think the pause is more akin to Earthbound battle screens. I guess sometimes. Ugh. I don't know. I don't like looking at them one way or the other. It's just too garish to look at. Might check behind the box. Nothing behind the box. Alright. Let's pop into that room and do a thing on a computer. So, how are you supposed to know to do this? I don't know. Anyway, time for Battletoads. Even got chiptune music for the occasion. Nice. Oh, what happens if I look around in first person? Because that's clearly not how this level is supposed to be viewed. Yes! Not as bad as I was expecting, honestly. It's perfectly serviceable. I don't remember if there were actually frog enemies in the first level of Battletoads, or if these frogs are just here because, you know, toads. You know, thinking of Battletoads, and since I happened to mention Retsupre earlier, Slow Beef and Diabetes, they did riffs on the Gaming into Clinton Years videos, but they also did, well, Diabetes alone did a riff on the Battletoads cartoon pilot episode, which is a real thing that was made, and boy is it something. I distinctly remember the catchphrase that they tried to get away with. Nice to see some old Were friends here. We're looking for jiggies, Mr. Doke. I'll give you one if you beat the Battletoads game on that computer up on the oh. So that's how you're supposed to find out. Okay. Fair enough. Anyway, yeah, the Battletoads, they were humans in the cartoon. They were humans that transformed into the Battletoads. I don't think that was a part of the game's storyline. Yeah, don't know where that came from, but that's a decision they went with. And yeah, they were just like, hey, trio of geeky troublemaker high school kids suddenly get superpowers to protect a princess. Did I hit this already? Yeah, I hit that already. And in order to transform into the Battletoads, they have to each say, let's get warty. Oh, that's where I came from. Okay. Okay, so maybe let's get warty is not quite as gross as I thought it sounded, but yeah. I guess what kind of super phrase would you come up with to transform into a Battletoad? I don't know. So are we done in here? I'm gonna pause again. I only have 3 jiggies left. I mean, notes, 3 notes left. And I don't know where they are. I might have to leave myself a save state. Because boy would it suck to have to start from 0. And scour the whole level again on a later day just to find those 3 notes I missed. In fact, you know what I'm probably gonna do? Is I'm gonna, like, make a save state near the level entrance. End the stream, and then, skadoodle on out of here for the day, end the stream. How do I get back out? I think I did this already, but I forgot how I did it. Can I just jump back up? Are you supposed to talk to the guy now that he did the Battletoads level? Well, the thing is that, like, I talked to him after I beat the Battletoads level already. Like, it's beaten. I'm pretty sure the Jiggy he was talking about was only referring to the one that was at the end of the Battletoads level. Like, there's no more Jiggies after I deliver the last few goodies to the soldiers. Is that the joke? Is that what the joke is about? Is that, like, they didn't render a bungee cord in the cutscene in 007? So that's why he's, like, flat in the ground? Alright, but this is something I need to clean up. Whoa! Nintendo 64! Do you guys know what that's a reference to? I'll bring up the video clip here in a minute. An extra honeycomb near the starting area. Cool. Yeah, there's a video of, like, a kid on Christmas morning getting a Nintendo 64 under the tree, and he just screams with pure bliss. It's still on YouTube. It's 19 years old, and it's still on YouTube. To be so young and excitable again. There's the last Jiggy. I wonder what game the kid got for it. Probably Mario 64. I can tell you for sure it's not Donkey Kong 64. Oh, that's just like a race car. That's not video games. Oh, wait a minute, he went back for it! He went back for it! Oh, never mind. They just, like, replayed that part of the clip. Nintendo 64! Anyway, yeah, that is the last Jiggy of this area. I didn't find a single honeycomb. Oh, that's a little bit bothersome. Now, granted, Kirko has posted 100% videos on YouTube ahead of time, so if I get stuck, I can just consult his videos, I guess. Both honeycombs. I mean, to be fair, in the original Banjo-Kazooie, the honeycombs tended to be the most well-hidden among all the collectibles. Or at least the most difficult to get. Yeah, there's probably something I missed somewhere in this big wide open area. Like, maybe if I had gone further on the wall? Yeah, let's take a peek. No, nothing there. We'll just keep our eyes peeled while I go back to the level entrance. I really hope it's not, like, part of a line. Yeah. The guy did say that there was a honeycomb near the start of the area. Or the Star King area. Probably I'm gonna have to fly to get to it. Oh no, that means I'm gonna have to reactivate the flight pad again. That's gonna be a pain. Let's see, can I skedoodle up these slopes? I sure can. There's a file over there, but that's not a note or a honeycomb, so not interested. Alright, is this the starting area? Yes, it is. Alright, maybe, if I'm lucky, the honeycomb in question will be surrounded by notes. I think I ran into something that slowed me down. Yeah, I ran into the bunker. Let's try that again. Alright, I think I got it this time. You don't suppose to be in, like, the canyon, do you? Whoa, sheesh. Alright, let's look really carefully. Maybe you can go a distance into the canyon? Oh, why didn't I think of that? Yes, there it is. But that doesn't explain where the missing notes would be. Yeah, I might have to look this up on my own later. For now, that is Banjo Kazooie in GoldenEye 64. GoldenEye 007, rather. Very cool. Maybe it's behind the satellite dish? Well, there's a feather there, I suppose, and another secret file. Boy, these things are just everywhere, huh? Gratlu00. Don't know who you are. What an awkward way to dismount. Alright, but yeah, I think that's gonna do it for tonight. I could keep playing this for quite a while. However, let me check my phone here. I do have work tomorrow, I believe. Oh gosh, I have work early tomorrow, actually, so I gotta get going. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna go ahead and just make a safe state for myself here. I'll finish this. And when I come back, we will play through Bomberman or Diddy Kong Racing. It'll be something to look forward to. Alright, so is there anything else I want to announce? I'm surprised I didn't end up talking about my day at all today, because I did quite a lot. I guess I can save that story for next time. What's my next free day? I guess I'll be back on maybe Tuesday, maybe Thursday of next week. We'll see. Or maybe I'll go on that Monday night. Yeah, actually, I think I like that idea better. I'll keep you guys posted on Discord. Just expect me to go live once or twice next week with more of this. I look forward to it. I hope you do too. And I will see you guys later. And just look at that skybox. It's like, it's got contours. Alright, I'm gonna go now. Bye.